All right, Mike Trout, let's go.
It's a long fly ball deep to right. Way back! It's gone! Home run! How about that?
Boom! Waka!
Marino was right on target. We are live from the Orange Bowl in Miami, Florida. There's a sellout crowd, of course.
Oh, did you just call it? And he does!
Welcome back to Bases Beautiful. My name is MD, and today I want to talk about some Mike Trout cards. First off, let me just say sorry for the unexpected extended break there. I took a little bit of time off after Thanksgiving and never really got back into doing another video. Not that I wasn't thinking about it, I certainly was, but never made the commitment to set up the camera and kind of get everything going. But today I just wanted to talk about some of my Mike Trout cards. You'll remember one of my videos, I talked about this 2022 gallery portrait of Mike Trout, which is a favorite of mine, and that one's not graded yet. I will send that off at some point here and get it. But what you see represented here is my complete collection so far. I'm an Angels fan. Got into the Angels really when I got back into baseball in 2021. Got an MLB TV subscription, and because I live in the southeastern United States within the technical area for which the Atlanta Braves, technically within their area, the games are blacked out, so I can't watch them live. And I was hearing a lot about Shohei Ohtani. I knew the name Mike Trout, and I decided to start watching Angels games. I've been periodically into baseball throughout my life, but really got back in heavily in 2021 and took up the Angels as my team. And so got West Coast games, which can end pretty late if you're watching them live. But it's been fun for my wife and I and my kids to jump in and enjoy rooting for the Angels. So, and I've taken them on as my team. I know a lot more about the history than I do for any other team. I know kind of the major players over the years. I know the certain eras. They won the World Series in 2002. It's the only time they've ever been to the World Series, and they won it. But anyway, that was all before Mike Trout's era. And sadly, Trout has not gotten to see the World Series from the vantage point of a player in the games. But he's an awesome player. And hopefully this season he will have some bounce back potential. I don't know. How should I do this? I guess my approach to when I was getting into baseball cards initially, I was just kind of buying anything Mike Trout related. So I've got all kinds of just random cards. 2022 is when I was pulling cards, so I pulled a couple of those, and I've just got random stuff in here, which is not really how I collect anymore. Some of these are really cool. That speckled edge is a cool card. I like this All-Star refractor from the 2022 season. There's a good one of Miguel Cabrera in that set too that I like. So that's really what I got into at first. And I will say the very first graded card I ever purchased was this 2013 Bowman base card, Mike Trout. Dylan at Double D Vintage mentioned the first card that he ever bought of Mike Trout, and so I was thinking about that, going back through my own cards. It's a cool pose, and I'm definitely gonna. A lot of those early cards that I got, I'm not sure that I'm keeping them all. I mean, these two I'm definitely keeping. Not that I'm a huge Bowman collector, but I do like the photography on these two, and it gives you something else a little bit to chase. I've got the gold version of this in this stack over here, ungraded. But, I guess I've gone back and forth on exactly what cards of Mike Trout do I really want to pursue. And so my graded cards are kind of the big ones. This was an awesome early one that I got around the same time. This refractor from Allen and Ginter, which is really not a set that I care all that much about, but the way that they did these refractors with the indentions there, and it's a good portrait of Mike Trout. Color portrait, it doesn't look like a line drawing or anything like some of their stuff does. And of course, Allen Ginter does everything in the writing out the words rather than just doing the numerals. But that's a cool one, and that was my first real refractor to have of Trout. And you'll see things in passing. I'll probably point them out at some point. I don't know if y'all do this, but if I get something that's in a plastic sleeve, sometimes I just leave the price tag on there from when I bought it. I did not pay $40 for this, actually. A guy ended up at the local card show here in Tupelo, ended up giving me $30 for this, or letting me buy it for $30 rather. And this was my first PSA 10 card ever to have. And Mike Trout on the 1985 throwback set there, the design of the 85 tops, and it's a cool refractor. And last winter, I mean, just tons of Trout stuff started dropping in price pretty heavily, and that continues now, where you can get some of these even in PSA 10s, because so many people have been grading Trout stuff. You can get this stuff for $20 or $30, even in a 10. So it's pretty cool, the stuff that you can get now. But because of that, I've really started to lean a little bit more into image variations. I really love some of these image variations. This one's a short print from the 2020 set. I love it because it's Mike Trout signing autographs for kids. And if you've watched any Angels games, you will always see Mike Trout before a game signing baseballs and baseball cards and pictures, magazine covers, or whatever else. And he's just always a stand-up guy, very active in the community and charity things. And, his face there and the smile that he has is, as far as I can tell, very genuine, seems to really love sharing the joy of the game with others, and especially young fans. And, how cool, if you go to an Angels game and as a kid getting Mike Trout to sign your baseball. So that was a card I particularly wanted, one of those short prints. And here's another image variation from this one's from a 2014 set, the Gatorade bath. It's just such a cool shot to capture that kind of moment, probably after a walk-off victory or something. He's got the dirt stains on his clothes, and just mid plunge. But these image variations are more rare than a lot of the refractors and stuff. So the prices on them, especially in graded form, can get up a little bit higher. I think this one was in the $70 to $100 range in a 9. If you wanted a 10, I mean, you're going to be paying a good bit more than that. So that's kind of where some of these end up going. That's a favorite. Let me get a few. I always forget to set things up in the background. And then this is his second year card, 2012. There he is with Torrey Hunter and Mark Trumbo. And I know a lot of people, the chrome version of this is more popular, of course, if you get the chrome refractor, because the 2011 update set, which has his rookie card in it, which is still one of the most important cards of the modern day hobby, even though it has come down in price due to Mike's injury and the rise of other players like Aaron Judge and Shohei Ohtani. And I mean, all these things always fluctuate. And in the midst of the pandemic, Mike Trout's cars just soared in price. And so guys started to go after his second year card and to get a bunch of these graded. And I mean, we're base is beautiful here. So we're going with the base card in a PSA 10, beautifully, perfectly centered, awesome card, awesome moment. Torrey Hunter and Mark Trumbo are both players. I don't have anything really of theirs to this point, but at some point in my Angels collection, I'll be adding some things to it. I should show this one because if you have watched the channel, you know that I'm a big fan of the 1981 Donruss set, and I'm trying to seek out autographs on those cards from the original 81 Donruss set. But here in 2015, Donruss did a little throwback and put Mike Trout on a now it is a little bit annoying. Let's see. So, for example, here's an 81 Donruss original. I mean, Jim Palmer, Hall of Famer, with his autograph on there. So the annoying thing is because they don't have the license for the teams, they can't say Angels. They have to say Los Angeles right here. But they did a good job on the design, making it match. And so when I saw this one pop up and saw it for pretty cheap, of course, it's on a Beckett slab, which is not as popular anymore, even though 9.5 under Beckett's rating is technically their 10, because they have a higher, their 10 is more, even better. But I'm just like, because I'm collecting the 81 set and I love the design on it, I definitely have to have my boy Mike Trout on an 81 set look there. So, and then currently, the best / most expensive / most exciting Mike Trout card in my collection is this 2013 Emerald variation of Trout, which the red and green, I'll be interested to know if my dad can see it. He's got red-green color blindness, so I don't know if he'll be able to appreciate this at the same level as most people. But you get the Rookie Cup there, which the Rookie Cup cards are always awesome, and you get it for a player like this. And the slide, the look, and the contrast of the red and green is almost a Christmas card. Here we are in the Christmas season, so there's your holiday extravaganza card here. But I just love this. As you can see, I spent a little bit on it. If you get a authenticity guarantee, you know you spend a little bit of money on it. But I decided I wanted to go with the 10, and it is in perfect shape. And yeah, I mean, so obviously base is beautiful, but I'm not opposed to parallels or flashy, shiny things. The shine and refractor cards are still things that I like, but you know, it's like this 2013 set is really cool with the emerald variation, and so there's a number of players I would like to have their cards on my ComC account. I have 2013 was actually Lance Berkman's last playing year, and I've got his card sitting there that I will at some point send off for grading. Another one of those cards nobody cares about, but I do. And so here we go. There's a little bit of something related to Mike Trout and my appreciation for him as a player. And maybe someday I'll be able to afford his rookie card, the 2011 Topps Update. It's one that's on my list to save up for. I do want it in a PSA 10. I know I could get it for cheaper in a 9 or even an 8. But being my favorite player, being such an important card, being so iconic, I want it to be absolutely pristine and perfect. And so that's one of my big saving up for kind of cards. And who knows, maybe one of these days I'll have enough saved up to acquire it. It is dropping down in price. It's less than $1,000 now, but it's still in the $700 to $800 range. And anyway, but I don't know if there's any cool image variations of Mike Trout that I'm not fully aware of or that aren't represented here, or other Mike Trout cards that you like. Definitely let me know in the comments, because this is not a complete collection. I mean, I want to continue with Mike Trout. I haven't really focused on him that much recently because some other things and some vintage interests have kind of taken up most of my hobby dollars at this point. But yeah, I want to have a saved search for something Mike Trout related, because I would like to always be adding to this until I really feel like I've exhausted what I want to get from his playing days career. So anyway, appreciate you taking the time to watch. As always, let me know your thoughts in the comments, and we'll see you next time.
That is fair. Down the right field line, and on the first pitch, Mike Trout ends up with a double. And just for good measure, the Millville, New Jersey native goes headfirst into second base.